Hi, Howard. How you doing? Or Brain Howard, as you're more commonly known to our under the Cosh.
Yeah, great, mate. Thanks. Yeah, it's good to get my name right. Thanks, whoever done the social media earlier.
It's basic, isn't it? Disability, mate. It's a disability. You won't laugh at someone in a wheelchair, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
Being a fucking idiot's a disability. Is that what it is? But
no, mate, take it. It's the first time I've been called brain or had brains, so I'll take that.
Are you right, mate?
Yeah, all good, all good. It's been my lockdown listening to you boys, so it feels normal. This.
Oh, Jesus.
We're at some channel, by the way. You've got a lovely glow.
Yeah, I did get a cheeky little trip to Marbella last week, so.
Cheeky indeed.
Yeah. Then to be fair, the Swindon boys were out there on a promotion party, so I just joined in that.
Just tagged along.
Yeah. Noel Hunt's assistant manager, and he's good pal of mine. And I thought I did play for Swindon once. I pretend I'm there now.
Richie Wellens.
So, yeah, Richie was there. Yeah. So
what were the crack over there? Then were everything open or what? Or?
Yeah, everything was open. Most things were. I was at a villa for a couple of days, and to be fair, it was pretty chilled. It wasn't as busy as normal, which was actually better. So it wasn't just carnage. So you go out and get a table, get a bite to eat, a couple of beers. So that's good, mate. Bit of change of scenery.
We're going to try and record a podcast out there in the next couple of weeks.
Are we?
I've just made that up.
Yeah. Well, we could have done this out there. You should have said.
I know.
Fucking hellfire. Oh dear.
I'd say a moderate number of clubs over 17 years. Swindon, Barnsley, Sheffield United, Reading, Millwall, Portsmouth, Bristol City, CSKA Sofia.
Yeah, get onto that later, yeah.
Birmingham, Oxford, Eastleigh, Hursford, Romsey, and the mighty Whitehawks. That's still a lot, like. It's more than I thought.
That's a big old list, that.
Yeah.
No. Not in comparison with some. I
bet that's nearly 15.
Yeah.
The last couple were just, I'd have retired and just playing with my mates. I don't know why they're on
there. So, you're going to be known as the journeyman Brain Howard now.
Yeah, I know. I always want to avoid that. And I was quite good till I got to about 29, 30, and then it was just a free-for-all, clinging on into every contract you get.
I didn't realise you started at Southampton.
Yeah, I joined there at 9 years old. I was there until I was just turned 20, yeah. A lot of time there, hometown club. I live around the corner from the training ground now, so get over there quite a lot.
Who did you come to? A good academy down there, because they're going to say they must have had a good academy because they fetched some players through, weren't they? Yeah,
the real good time. I think the couple of years above me was kind of like your Wayne Bridges, people like that, and then Chris Baird was a year older than me. Myself, Scott McDonald, Aaron Davis was kind of my group, and then it was like the 2 years below. Then you had like, your Dexter Blackstones, Leon Best, Andrew Sermons, Matt Mills. You go through them all. Then like your Theos, and then your Bales and Oxes, and it was just a joke, really.
Why are they renowned for bringing you through? Is there a chief scout that's unbelievable, or?
I'm not really sure. I think it was always that they would give youth a chance. So rather than, if you went to a Chelsea or wherever, you go, if I go to Southampton, I'll get a chance to play. Coaching was good as well. Some of the youth coaches I had were brilliant down there that I'll always be thankful for my career. And it's just a good club, really. Like, it's a nice family club that tries to promote youth.
Who was
it? We turned down one.
Strachan?
So at that time, it was when I signed my original contract and went in the academy full time. It was Dave Jones, and then the issues happened with him. Yeah, the issues happened with him, and he was sacked. And then Glenn Hoddle came in. Then Glenn left. Did he go to the England job from there? No, Tottenham. He went to Tottenham from there, didn't he? Glenn left, and then Stuart Gray took over for a bit, and then Strachan came in from there, and that was my last manager there.
As a young lad and as a midfielder, having Hoddle knocking around.
I remember getting called up for the first team, first training session, and he joined in, and I was against him centre mid. So I'm like, 17, like sprinting around trying to close him down, and he's just popping it one touch around me. I'm blowing out my arse. Oh, God, like, this guy's 40 odd years old. I'm 17. I can't get near him. Right, I'm going to stand off him. He took a touch out his feet. It's 6-yard diag straight on someone's boot. I'm like, oh, what can I do here? I've got no chance of making it me.
You can see why he played a bit.
Yeah, I can see why. Yeah, he's done even a bit. Yeah, for sure.
Was he a bit of a weirdo?
No, he was all right. Like I said, I didn't have loads to do with him. there was one instance when all the youth team boys went to Malia in the off season, so we all went away, and there was an incident with a girl, and it came out in the Sunday Sport. It came out, and I've been away with England.
What a paper, by the way! What a paper!
I've been away with England and scored 3 and 4 in this tournament. Second top goal scorer, done really well. And Ray Clements was the England goalkeeper coach for us at that time, but he was really good mates with Den Hoddle. So Macca, funny enough, texts me and says, "Oh, Bri, you're in the paper." I says, "Oh, buzzing, scoring all these goals. Obviously, he's got back." Like, absolutely, no. Like, the club are going mad. They're interviewing all the lads. Obviously, you're away. The Sunday Sports, you sold the story about all the lads. And we're just like, oh, no. So this story's come in and said that, obviously, like, I was with this girl. Like, the other lads were all watching and doing whatever, that, like, sort themselves out, which wasn't the case. But she sold the story like this. So then Glenn Hoddle comes in and sits us all in the youth team dressing room. And he was like, "Well, I know you were there, dickhead. Which one of you lot are fucking wankers?"
Oh, man.
You're a wanker.
You're expecting this big write-up about these 3 goals in this
I thought
tournament.
I was going back in the first team, getting a new 3-year deal. Nah, you were staying with the youth team, son.
All for walloping a bird in Malia.
Yeah. You're living there now.
No, it wasn't true though. She was just making it up.
Not all of the story.
Yeah, she bent it too.
There's only 3, not 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris, there's only me and you. We're not been involved in sex scandals on this chat today, is there?
I got out of the system early. I was straight better after that.
Well, I think it might have been after when he went to England, when he started being a bit weird, although.
It was with the
jewelry,
spiritual,
Irene's jewelry.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, I think he found God later on, didn't he?
Which one are you?
What's your favourite questions, that, Chris? It's what? It's one of your favourite questions. That was he a weirdo?
Yeah.
For a few.
But he has got a bit of a reputation now of being a bit weird.
Yeah. I know some of the senior lads didn't get on with him. Because
you don't really see it when he's on the telly. Look, he just looks like a lovely bloke, doesn't he? When he's on the punditry. But,
to be fair, he was good as gold. Me, whenever I went up with the first team and little bits, or went away, and the reports would come back from Ray, he was always good and gold. Other than that one incident, so I can't really say too much badly about him. He used to give me a little bit of advice and say, "Look, stop doing all your little schoolboy tricks and start playing 1 and 2 touch sort of thing," and took that on board. So he helped me.
Did you ever come close to getting that first team action at Southampton?
Yeah, I got part with the first team when Stu Gray took over. And then second day of pre-season, like when the balls came out, it's like first afternoon, everyone gets giddy, and I went to drill a shot, and the defender come in, studs up, and I booted the bottom of his foot and broke all my toes. So I was then out for a bit, and then by the time I got myself fit, I think Stu Gray lasted 1 more game, and Gordon Strachan come in, and I was training the first team all the time and was always involved, but never really felt I was going to get that opportunity. And Gordon Strachan was great with that. He was like, "Look, you could probably stay here for another year. Be captain of the reserve team, maybe go on loan. But, I feel that you need to go and have your career." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I completely agree."
Which is fair enough.
Yeah, you accept that, don't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, "Look, I don't see you in my first team plans next year. We think you have got a future." Where it's that's what it was like when we came through. Look at now, people sign deals in the 23s to the 24 millionaires and played 3 games. And back then it was first team reserves. And sometimes you like playing the reserve team. I remember we played Tottenham at the Old Dell, and I played left midfield, and we won 7-0. And the team was, I think it was Uwe Rosler up front with Matt Letizia in behind, Stuart Ripley, Mark Draper, someone else, Franny Benali left back, Sahar Kaloyij was a Moroccan international centre half, Imants Balides, who was international Latvia. We beat them 7-0. And I remember we're 5-0 up at half time, and Uwe Rosler was fighting Imants Balides because he didn't cut the ball back. And he was like, "I must score goals to play in the first team. I must score goals. Pass me the ball." And I'm a young kid going, "Jesus, we're 5-0 up here. I'm buzzing." And he's going nuts because he ain't scored the goals.
Selfish bastard.
Yeah. Marian Barhas, what a player. What a player he was.
Who's that?
Absolute joke. Marian Barhas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you used to get win bonuses in the resis back then?
Yeah.
Win bonuses.
About 100 quid. Was it 100 quid?
Sunderland, it was 200 quid a win. 16, 17. I was absolutely raving at it. We had a good reserve team as well. Even if
same.
Sub not used, you'd get all the subs would get it. So you've got all the lads who are first year YTs earning 3 times the weekly wage.
Yeah.
Mate, ours were £2 a draw, £5 a win. Serious?
Was that at Barnsley?
Yes, mate. Yeah, £2 a draw,
that was the same
£5
as
a
me
win.
when I was in the first team there.
Mate, I'm telling you, there were one kid, right? I think Andy Gregory, and he must have sorted his contract out so it was bang on a tax bracket. So if he played in the reserves and we won, and it took him a fiver off, but he went into a different tax bracket. He didn't want us to win him.
I'm not involved.
It would cost him another 10% of his fucking wages or whatever.
Cross that. Is he an accountant now?
I don't know what he does, mate, to be fair.
If he is, give us a number.
Yeah. Fucking £2, yeah, £2 a draw, £5 a win. Yeah. That's fucking outrageous.
Hey, you want to win for the pride, Parker, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, exactly, mate, exactly. But you're like, that fucking didn't even bother giving, is it? You know what I mean? It's only a double cheeseburger, isn't it, really, after tax?
Depends which bracket you're in.
Yeah.
So could you have stayed at Southampton?
Stay one more year. Yeah, stay one more year. And then it came out in the press that I was probably local press that I was probably going to leave. And a good friend of mine at the time, a guy called Joe Keenan, was at Chelsea, and he was in the youth team together. And then he decided to leave for Chelsea when we both got in like the England youth suit and go to Lillishore and stuff. He moved on. He phoned me up and said, the boys at Chelsea said, would you come here? And I was like, yeah, leave Southampton, go to Chelsea, yeah, for sure. Because at the time, they had no money. It was when Ken Bates was there. So, look, we want to bring through young English players. And he said, look, come in, get paid up from Saints and come in. So I got paid up from Saints and went to Chelsea for 3 months. And they said, look, we want to give you a contract. Played in the 10 just off your mate Leon Knight. And we had a good little partnership in the resis. Scored a few goals, a few assists. And so we want to give you a deal. And then I went off to the Toulon tournament with the under-20s. And while we were out there, Abramovich bought the club. By the time I got back, signed Joe Cole, Veron, Crespo. So, what am I doing? No chance. I couldn't get a game at Saints. Not going to get a game here now.
Yeah.
So was it still on the table?
Yeah, had a year's contract on the table. But for what's the point? The whole point was going to play. And one of the agents that was heavily involved with Chelsea at the time had just taken Sam Parkin from Chelsea to Swindon. And he said, "Oh, do you fancy Swindon?" And I was added up the mileage, and it was like I could probably stay at home in Southampton and drive it every day. So I went in, trained 2 days, and then played a training game against a non-league team. And the gaffer was like, "Yeah, look, I want to sign you." Is kind of the contract, and that was Andy King.
Just going back to that, you were only 19, weren't you? And you were thinking about playing. Back now, they're not like that now, are they?
No.
You know what I mean? 19, they're not even thinking I should be playing in the first team now. They're more than happy just to play in the 23s.
Yeah. Not many even at 19 that are going to turn down Chelsea to go to Swindon and play football.
Well, it was not now.
Yeah, but it's just the way I was brought up. My dad was a tough Glaswegian, and it was always like, you're playing football, you want to do what's right, and I always think, and I say it to the young players look after now, concentrate on playing football, and the money's in the game now, you get it. So just concentrate on playing. And, I was always the same. If I didn't win 5-a-side in training on a Friday, I was raging. If I wasn't heavily involved on Saturday and was involved in a goal or assist, and that was right through my career. It wasn't about sitting and taking money. I wanted to play, and I wanted to be as best as I could be.
Going back to Southampton, what were Letitia like?
Joke. Yeah. Class. Honestly, so good.
Do you think he should have done more if he'd have left Southampton?
Potentially, yeah. But he had everything there. Yeah, he was, like the god they call him. Lived down here on the south coast. Got a great way of life. I don't know. You balance it up, yeah. And so then when I left Saints, I went to Chelsea, and I was lucky enough to train with the first team there. He training with Zola, people like that. And I said there wasn't a massive difference between Zola and Tiz. And you're talking natural ability and touch and stuff.
That's what it's a mentality thing, isn't it? Where your mindset is and what you want out of life, I suppose. If you, like you said, you drive about going playing football. Maybe he's just happy. He's playing football. He's enjoying football. He's doing well. Like you said, South Coast, enjoying life.
Big fish in a small pond as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose he can't grumble with his career.
When you dropped down to League One, did you fit in straight away, or did you think, "Fuck me"?
There's
Yeah,
some
not Chelsea.
But so Andy King was the manager, and I don't know if any of you have come across him. What a guy! What an absolute character! And he said, so my agent came to that game. He said, get your agent come to the game, play in this game, and we'll talk after. And at the training ground where we trained at Swindon, it was literally you drove there, you got changed there in the little like porter cabins, went out on the pitch, got changed again, and went home. There was no facilities, and there was like a couple of like park benches out the front. So he sits down and sits on the agent. He says, right, what do you want then? And I said, well, what's he offering me? And he goes, pulls his packet of Benson ends out, lights a fag, rips off some of it, starts writing down on the packet, the fag packet.
Literally on the packet.
Yeah. Oh, well, this is brilliant. I'm signing. This is class.
That's my massive desk, isn't it?
Mate, honestly, it was an absolute holiday club. It was brilliant, but you worked hard for him because he gave you carrots all the time. And we had a really good team. I signed there, like Adi Vivash just signed from Reading, Sammy Igo, Tommy Mooney, Sam Parkin. And then I played on the left. Stefan Migranzi just signed for Portsmouth in the centre mid. And we lost in the playoffs. We should have gone up that year. We had a great team, but it was like, right, you win on Saturday, Sunday, Monday off, see you Tuesday, come in Tuesday, get a sweat on, go home, see you Thursday, train out Thursday, Friday, play Saturday.
It's not rocket science, is it?
No, it was brilliant, and especially the experienced pros in there, they were class. But Kingy was just absolute character, and then what he was good at was getting good loans. We got Dion Burton in on loan, got Eddie Howen on loan, people like that. So we've done really well.
How did you feel when you got in there? Because, like you said, you want to go and play football, but you've been training with Letizier's, Zola's. And then you're at Swindon doing your contract top park bench, and then first few weeks you're like, "Yeah, I'm loving this." Or I made the right decision.
Our pre-season we played Wolves, who'd just been promoted to the Prem, Portsmouth, who'd been promoted to the Prem, Man United at 11, and so we had 4 massive games. They're all sellouts at home in pre-season. So I'm like, first team football, I'm playing, and then first game of the season, Wednesday just been relegated, and so it was an absolute sellout against Sheffield Wednesday at home. So I'm like, and I'm playing first team football. You forget about it's all well and good training at these facilities, Saints and Chelsea. Come Saturday, I'm sat in the stand watching. Yeah. I'm now playing on Saturday afternoon, and you boys might like it's nothing better than playing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. So you forget about the shit facilities through the week and you know what I mean, and
but
all that.
It was part of it. It was brilliant. It was like, we had a little car school. So Sammy Igo lived down where I am, and so we used to drive, and we'd meet Sam Parkin and Stefan Garanzi coming from London at Cheveley services, all jump in a car. We'd have to stop at the last services so Sammy Igo could have a fag and a coffee. Yeah, honestly, it was nuts. And then when we signed like Dion and Eddie Howe with a car school, me, Sammy Igo, Dion Burton, Eddie Howe, and like 4 complete contrasting characters. Obviously, I was a young lad, just wanted to learn off everyone and see what's going on. Dion had this big Range Rover, and he was like, "Is it my turn to drive that?" Yeah, he's like, "Throw me the keys, you drive it." So I'm driving his Range Rover, buzzing. So Sammy, I go, "Can we stop at every services for a fag?" Dion's asleep from his night out, and you got Eddie, who's just like super pro as you see him now. It's class. It's like for a young kid, it was like the perfect learning curve.
Brilliant car schools, mate. If you get a good car school, mate, they're fucking brilliant.
Yeah. So it was class, and it was like, "Oh, we're going to be half an hour late." Blah blah blah. And then some days, Sammy, I go. "Oh, look, we've got 4 snow days to use up. I can't be asked to train today, so it's a bit bad weather or something." We get halfway up the A34, pull in and go, "Come on, get a McDonald's breakfast," phone the gaffer and go, "I've had a puncher, I'm going home." Get yourself in the gym, boys, and I'll see you like Thursday, all right?
Yeah,
cool.
I can trust you. I can trust you to get a sweat on, lads, can't I, in the gym? Yeah, no bother.
I think the first reality
Sammy Igo.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, what a guy, what a character. He was my roomie, and it'd be like 1 o'clock in the morning on a Friday night, and he was literally had 0% body fat, like nothing on him at all. But he had one of those overactive thyroids, so he could eat and drink whatever he wanted. And he'd be like, "Yeah, I know. We all wanted one of them, huh?" And it'd be like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning on a Friday night in a hotel. Yeah, like I wake up, look over, and he's there, pack of fucking hobnobs and fucking big can of Coke. I can't sleep. I need to get some energy in. Right, then, I'll be buzzing the next day. He'll go, get goals and assists and play 90 minutes. I'm thinking like my first real eye opener, what you're saying there, of going down to Swindon League One was in our first away trip. We played Oldham away, and we won away at Oldham. Everyone's buzzing in the dressing room, and the gaffer's going, right, Howard, come with me, get with me. All right, come on, put me in the players' bar. He chucked some money over the thing. 2 big crates of Bud come up. Go on, get them on the back of the bus, dish them out, lad. You're the young kid. We got on the bus, and I look card table at the back as there is. So there's Andy Gurney, Tommy Mooney, Gaffer goes straight down there. Get the beers in. So I'm dishing out beers to everyone. They're at the back of the bus smoking, cards, beers. And then we pull over and he goes, right, Howard, off the bus with the kit, man. I get off, get the fish and chips in. There's like fish and chips, beers, fags, and that. And I'm like, okay, this is a little bit different now. Not sure I can get involved too much in this.
but the thing is, though, that was just normal, wasn't it? Back then, that was like just normal.
Exactly. Yeah, and obviously, we played through the era where it went from that to changing, and you obviously got to try and do it as much as you can, but you're still used to the old habits.
The old school.
And you're still involved with the England setup whilst you're at Swindon?
Yeah. I nearly went to the England Under-20 World Cup, which was meant to be, the Under-20 World Cup with the squad. And it was in Dubai. But then it all got changed because it was of the terrorist stuff and that. So was it sort of been, 2002? 2001, 2002, so not long after 9/11. So they postponed it for a year. So ended up missing out on that. But yeah, I did play a few games for the Under-20 still while I was at Swindon.
Am I right? You tried Scotland later on? So yeah. My dad's Scottish, and it was when I was doing well at Barnsley, and they come and watched quite a lot. George Burdley was manager, and the gaffer pulled me in before a Tuesday night game, and it was we played Chelsea on the Saturday, won that, went down and done soccer Sunday with Chris Moronette on the Sunday, come back. Obviously trained Monday, then Tuesday we're playing Ipswich at home, scored a hat-trick, and then before that game he pulled me in and said, all right, you got Scotland called up, absolutely buzzing. And then the Wednesday we meant to be going to Cheltenham, so I was like, what an unbelievable week this is. And then get on the bus to Cheltenham nice and early, it's like bacon sarnie, crack a beer open, and get the first phone call. Your third goal last night taken away from you. You only got 2 goals, getting an own goal. I'm like, I can't be asked like that. Next phone call. We don't think you can call you up to Scotland. FIFA pulled you out because you haven't registered changing over in the right amount of time. The rules have changed now, but they wouldn't let me change. So I was just like, right, going to Cheltenham and crack open another beer then. And then it was a year that then Cheltenham got cancelled. Remember the win? We're halfway down and cancelled. Turn back and come home. Went for the best weekend, but for the worst day ever. Yeah. But they just not get the paperwork through.
You couldn't change allegiances after 25 or something like that. And it was literally what was that, March time? I turned 25 end of Jan.
Oh,
that was your loss.
And yeah, absolute killer. I think probably more could have been done. It probably wasn't pushed enough, but yeah.
You'd have only got beat every game in Scotland anyway.
So 2 games with Croatia and Czech Republic. So
dear.
Get the run around off Modric.
Good ones to miss them, I think. Good ones to miss.
Yeah.
Is that right? The Swindon had a bit of financial trouble.
Mate, we used to get paid by cheque. Payday would come, you get your envelope, but it'd be a cheque in there with your pay slip. So like that'd be on a Friday, say, but they give you it on a Friday and you can't cash it after midday.
Yeah.
So then it would be cashed to the Monday.
Past 12.
Yeah, exactly. And whoever got the checks in first got money. If you weren't the first in the queue, sometimes they'd get you money for another week.
Okay,
Would you have stayed there then?
Everyone's speeding to the bank after training after unpaid.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Were there other options other than Barnsley?
When Barnsley come in, mate, there's only one option.
That's
when Barnsley come in,
especially when you sample that nightlife.
Yeah, I could have gone to Bournemouth, down with Sean O'Driscoll, which obviously was down the road, and stayed down south. I could have gone to a couple of clubs in London, but I thought, do you know what? I now need to just go get away from living down south. I need to go and experience something new. Luckily, I knew a couple of boys up there already, like Anthony Kay, Neil Austin, Paul Reed. So when I knew all them, I phoned up Ozzy, and he's like, "You get yourself up, lad." So went and met the gaffer Andy Ritchie and assistant Rick Holden, and they just sold the club to me. And thought, right, we're having a young squad, similar to what they do now. It's probably the first time I've done it. Nearly everyone's going to be under 24, young, hungry squad, and just go and enjoy it and play free-flowing football. And yeah, just loved it as soon as I signed.
I mean, we've had a few Barnsley players, but not much from that era with Andy Ritchie and the playoff. You went playoff final for that first season.
Yeah. No, so I signed there, and remember Grant Smith and someone else went to Bristol City from the Swindon team, going, "Oh, we're going to win the league this year." And I said, "Tell you what, mate, I fancy our chances looking at this Barnsley squad. I think we're going to do all right." And I don't know, we just had that belief that year we were going to get promoted. But yeah, and I come from like the gaffer and Rick. They were brilliant. Like, similar, more structured than Andy King, but similar. It was like, look, you got enjoy yourselves, but as long as you do your job right.
Yeah.
And we've done everything together. And Parking knows he used to be out of us all the time. We used to see him out anyway. But there was always like a great group of us that were out, and probably played a bit too hard at times. But you'd run through a brick wall for your mate because you're that close to each other.
So can you just dispel the myth? Because I've told these many a time. Barnsley used to be like Ibiza, mate. Right?
Wellington Street,
mate. How incredible did it used to be?
Yeah, my mates loved it. They used to love it.
When they used to come up?
Oh yeah, they used to be up like all the time, down Dog Lane and the Shambles Street, Dog Lane, Shambles Street, Wellington Street. They used to love it, and then they started shutting one end off. It's literally you just walk from bar to bar with your beer, isn't it? It was like I think more like Bagaloo.
See, told you. I mean, I can remember a story. I mean, this is probably a bit after, but what were the next manager who came in after Andy Ritchie?
Simon Davey.
Simon Davey, yeah. And I'm sure I heard a story
Andy Johnson, the
about
Davey monster.
Yeah.
I'll tell you stories about Johnno and the Davey monster in a minute.
He missed off his one. Oh, good. Looking forward to it. But I'm sure, did he not ban you from going out or something?
Yeah. So Andy Ritchie tried to say, look, boys, stop going out a little bit too much because it's on the fans board that we're out too much and we're in a relegation scrap now. It's not like last year we were winning every game. And then it was the week before we played Leeds, and I can't remember what we'd done. But he said, look, don't go out. And we played on the Tuesday night. Casey scored a world against Plymouth and we won. He said, boys, he said on the weekend, don't go out. And then a few of us did go out. And then he pulled me in Friday morning and said, I heard you were out the other night. I said, yeah, I wasn't out late, but we won a game. I want to go and celebrate. We're all good. And he said, well, I'm thinking about not starting you tomorrow. What do you think? And at the time, I was top goal scorer. And at that time, you have that zone when you're just like in a photo. I was like, depends, gaffer. And he said, on what? I said, do you want to win the game or not? And I walked out of his office. I went to train like a madman. I made sure I trained like a madman. And my brother, who's a Leeds fan, came up. His mate's a Leeds fan. My dad will come up from Southampton. I was like, sorry, lads, you made this trip. I don't think I'm going to play because gaffer might leave me out. Got in, team went up, and I'm playing. And it was the main game on the championship that day. And we were 2-1 down. And then McIndoe got it back to 2-2. And then I've managed to swing one in with my right foot free about 10 minutes to go to make it 3-2, 1-3-2. And someone said to me the other day on another podcast, and it zooms in at the end because it's the main game, but the gaffer with his arm around me. And I say something to him. I said, what do you say to him? I told you I win you the game. From all that.
Go on.
Yeah, exactly. From that, obviously, Simon Davey was a youth team manager. And he was kind of seeing everything that went on. The week later, we got beat, and Andy Ritchie got sacked. So then he came in and was like, right, I'm going to stamp my authority. I want the job permanently. If the chairman's unhappy about certain people going out, and he brought in 3 new players that they're trying to get Andy Ritchie to take. He was like, they're not better than what I've got. My lad's got me up. I'm sticking by him, which probably cost him in the end. But he was like, yeah, right, I'm playing these players. And he brought Grant McCann in and dropped me. So I'm like raging. And so like some of my mates and that were up. I said, sorry, boys, I've like been dropped. And they were like, oh, no, don't worry, we'll just come up to watch the game and whatever. And then sat there on the bench and it's 0-0. He makes 1 sub, makes 2 subs. And I thought, right, I'm going to be a bit busy here. And I went out, made sure I run past him and run down by the fans. It's like, and the fans who were like, only one Brian Howard, all that, blah, blah, blah. And I got back, sat on the bench, and he turned around to me and he went, you have got a lot of family here today, don't you? As if like all the family are family. I said, there's some people now, a good player or not. And he went, oh, right, yeah, next sub. Made the next sub, and I was sat there like that. Fuck's sake, this is me done.
Your own
and then, And then got to 91 minutes, ball falls, Grant McCann into the box, smashes one in bottom corner, win 1-0. And he's obviously coming, taking my place, bangs the winner, and I'm just like slumped. Right, that's me done. Need to phone the agent Monday morning, get out of here then, because I don't think I'm playing here. And then we had to train on the Sunday. And so I said some of my mates had come up and we played, it was at Ipswich, so Rhodesy was up. And Hecky said, I live 3 doors down from Hecky. And Hecky said, look, we'll just go to like the local pub your head's gone, bring your mates, me, you, Rhodesy, just have a couple of beers. And so he had like 1 or 2 beers. And I was like, right, I'm going to go in tomorrow and just make a point. Went in, trained like a madman. Macca got picked up a knock. So they started me Tuesday night and then scored after 5 minutes, slid on my knees past him. And then 3 months later, I'm club captain. It just changed like that.
Jeez, man. Slid on your knees in front of him.
Eye contact throughout the slide.
Mate, Rory Fallon done that to Andy King.
It's Swindon.
Yeah, we were playing Stockport away, and he went mad, and he like kicking the bins, kicking everything, and he was like hammered Rory. And then Rory took his shirt off front and thought, well, I'm not playing. And he said, good, you're off. And he went to make subs and realised we only had like a 16-year-old striker on the bench. So come on, Rory, you can do it. Second, he scored two, ran past him like that. Yeah. Andy King was like, see, that's man management for you. That's man's management for you.
Also, he's flipped it round as if it's like, it's as if he's done something fucking incredible.
Yeah.
I batted him all half time, and I've got a response from him.
Yeah. But like sum up that team and the team spirit we have with Rick and Andy Ritchie. We've obviously won at Swansea, won in the playoff final. So right back on the bus and we're going drop us straight in town, and we're out in our tracksuits with our medals. Like great achievement. So we had some drinks in a players' bar with our families. Stopped at the local Tesco's outside the Millennium Stadium, and it was Andy Ritchie stood at the front of the queue with his credit card, and it was like everyone was passing the beers down, passing me. There was like a chain, all the beers and all the drinks on the bus. And then everyone's on the bus, obviously going, and everyone had to take a turn to go down the front and sing a song. So then it starts, obviously, usual suspects, so you imagine Parky, Kozzy and all that. Come on, Gaffer, sing us a song. Gaffer, sing us a song. Not singing. Boo, boo. Gaffer, sing. Still not singing. All the lads start singing. Mrs. Ritchie takes it up the arse. Mrs. Ritchie takes it up on the bus. And it's like, obviously, he's had a few beers, so we're on that. And he gets on the mic. He goes, right, I'm not fucking having that. Taking the fucking piss, you lot. You want a song? I'll sing you a song. You know, Mrs. Ritchie takes it up the arse. And then threw the mic down and sprints down the bus on everyone and starts getting dentist chair. Anyway, that just summed that team up. It was just like, yeah. Like we've all had our own careers since then. And we said, whatever squad we've been in, we've never had like you obviously have your groups, don't you? And you do different things here. But like the full group like that, I've never had again.
Yeah. Straight back to Barnsley.
Yeah, straight back to Barnsley, straight into Funny Girls.
On the strip.
I were out. Because I'd just got back from Tenerife the day before.
Yeah.
So we've travelled down. I've travelled down with all the lads as a fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can remember being in Funny Girl because if you remember, Reed is on the stage at the top.
That's what I'm going to say.
He's got a microphone, Paul Reed,
and the trophy.
The microphone, doing a speech or a song or whatever, and then someone just come behind him and fucking kegged him, didn't they?
No boxes on. No boxes on. It was glass stage, glass ceiling.
The whole of Funny Girls, all the Barnsley was in there, and Reedy just stood there with the mic, the trophy, and his cock out.
Yeah, class. I'm glad you said I was going to say that story. Brilliant.
Man,
I think it was Aussie. I think Aussie went, yeah.
I remember it clear as day, mate.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, we were gutted when Andy left. Like the whole team was gutted, and yeah, they changed it, and he was a great guy, done great. And then obviously Simon came in, completely changed the whole squad, really.
How did you get on with him?
We had an interesting relationship. He made me club captain and everything like that, and we were good for each other, I think. We never really saw eye to eye on a lot of things, but he knew that he was like, I'm building a team around you. You don't agree with a lot of what I do, but this is what it's going to happen, and make you club captain. I expect this. And as long as your standards are high on the pitch, which they were, and in training, I made sure that I trained hard every day and played well every week. And then it was fine. I wouldn't say we were ever really close.
Did you play at Barnsley with Knighty as well then?
Yeah.
Did he talk again? Story? Did he got into a bit of bother with Davey, didn't he? I remember him talking about it.
A bit of bother, Jesus. So signed him on the Monday. Him and Kyle Reid come in, two boys from London, and they're in the what's it called? Brooklands Hotel. Yeah. So they trained a couple of days, and then they go, right, they're in the hotel on their own. And go, well, student night Wednesday night in Barnsley. It's a bit lively. We'll get down there. Thursday morning, Simon Davey comes in. Carl Reid's only young Knighty. They're a bit worse for wear at training. And he was like, "Phew, fucking two. Where do you think you've been? China White's fucking funky Buddha in London. You do realise it's fucking Barnsley. You can't be standing on tables with bottles of fucking champagne." With bottles of champagne in the middle of Barnsley fucking on a Wednesday night, thinking it's fucking London. So that was obviously the start of it. And then he got picked up. He had a night number plate that wasn't quite right, so he got pulled over and was late for training. And then the gaffer's come in. Where is he? Leon fucking Shite. Leon Shite. Where is he? And Knighty just strolls in like, yeah, Knighty's just Knighty. He's been like that. I've obviously known him for a very long time. And he tried to have a go. Knighty just didn't care. It was a bit awkward, but quite funny at the same time. And then we went on Christmas do, and Knighty rented a Scream costume. About 3 months later, the club's getting billed for this Scream costume, and he rented it. And Knighty thought he'd bought it, and they just like rent up this bill. And that was, I think, that he refused to pay the bill, and I think that was just the end of him.
What was the end of it with a Scream costume?
Yeah, Scream costume. He thought he'd rented it. He paid to rent it. But he thought he'd paid to buy it. He chucked it away after the night out in Newcastle. He's getting billed for it every week, not returning it. Yeah, the club, they're sending the club to the bill. He's just pieing it. There's just loads of little things like that with Knighty. Like what a good player Knighty was, and that as well. But he's just obviously a lunatic, isn't he?
Did you get on with him?
Cracks me. I got on well with Knighty because, like I said, I played in the youth setup, and then at Chelsea, and then again at Barnsley, and we got on well as players. I think Knighty respected people that could play and were on his level. If you couldn't play and weren't on his level, you were getting fucking egged off. You were getting abused like everyone has done. Yeah. But now I got on all right with him. I found him funny at times.
A few other characters in that dressing room. Kozzy, we've heard a lot about. Andy
Kozzy, Andy Johnson. So that's what cracked me up. Simon Daly was like, right, there's too much of a boys' club here. So he got rid of like Casey, got rid of Neil Austin, got rid of Reedy, like getting rid of all the Tongy, getting rid of all the boys. And then he brings in Knighty. Kozzy was a good lad. Johnno, a good lad, but like nuts. And he brings in Ronnie Woolwork. We're in training Thursday morning, and Gaff comes in and says, right, assistant Gaff comes in, right, training's delayed for an hour or half hour. Everyone's sitting around it. Before you could smartphones, wasn't it? And then a couple of boys get texts. Oh my God, seeing one of your players has been stabbed. Like, what? And it was Ronnie Woolwork got stabbed on the Wednesday night in Manchester. Got into a fight in a club, and he was like protecting himself like that, and they're stabbing him in his hands. And then,
I can remember the story about that. I didn't realise it was Barnsley when that actually happened. Though.
Yeah, Barnsley at the time. So it went from like getting rid of all these so-called characters, but actually like good lads and trained out, to getting him some proper lunatics. And then I got on well with all of them really. Like Kozzy was the funniest guy in football. He just don't care. I mean, one day he abused Coyote OJ so much that Coyote come in with a pellet gun and shot him so much in the shower that he looked like a Dr. Dot.
Bro, I got in. Deal with the situation.
Pellet gun, right? Yeah, bang, 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 shoot him in the shower.
Big figure as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, but
you won't want to be on the wrong side of him, mate.
So he's Addy Akinbaye's cousin. They're cousins, him and Addy. So like, Kozzy used to like give that Addy shit, and then he started giving it to the Big Coyote. And Coyote just lost it one day and come in with a pellet gun and just shot him in the showers.
Imagine. Right, that's it. Going to his car and then door opening, with him with his gun. He'd be like, what's going on here?
He's a gentle giant though, Kay, as well.
Yeah.
And that was the problem. If you got him angry, what a player he could have been. Like, that one game against Chelsea, he actually beat up John Terry and Carl Allard, beat him up. But some game he just he lost his confidence. He was actually like a quiet, shy lad, like really nice lad as well.
Fuck it, love. I've had enough. I'm taking my piece in tomorrow. He's fucking having it.
Yeah. Get me. Where's the shotgun? that was Johnno with his guns. Wow.
Oh, dear,
Johnno.
So Simon Davis is right. I want a more professional outlook. This, that, and the other. Blah, blah, blah. So we're going to Portugal 10 days pre-season. He said, right, train really hard. The last day we're playing an early game, like 10 o'clock in the morning kickoff because it was boiling hot. In the afternoon you can play golf. Younger lads can go to the water park. You can do what you want. Be back at dinner at 6 p.m. and then you can go out in the evening, and then you have to be at lunch the next day. That was the rules. And Johnno was like, oh, I don't play golf. I can't be asked for golf. What do you reckon, boy? I was like, I don't know, quite fancy game. And then I fell over on my hand in the game. So I was like, I can't play golf. And he was like, right, we've got to look up. The gaffer says we've got to look after the young lads. So all the rest of like the older lads playing golf. And they said, right, young lads, here's a couple of quid out the kitty. Get yourself to the water park. We'll meet you there in a minute. So they all get off, and then we go, Johnny, come on, taxi. Yeah, Nicky Beach Club, Villamora. straight down Villamora, me and him. Couple of more beers. Starts getting a bit lively down there, and like, oh, this is all right, isn't it? Yeah, what time we got to be back? 6. What time is it? 5 to 6. Legging it across the marina at Villamora into a taxi, mate. Extra euros as fast as you can go. Get us back to the hotel. And it was in the up by Valdelobo, the training facilities up by Valdelobo. So we're up there. Screeches around the corner. Give him some extra euros. We jump out, obviously, a bit worse for wear. Go through the reception. Come down. And at the top of the stairs, the doors open, and everyone's at the bottom of the stairs at dinner. And it's just like one of them where everyone just looks at you and we're like, oh no. All right, lads. All right, gaffer. Look around. Where's there a spare seat? Where's there a spare seat? Oh no. 2 spare seats next to the gaffer and assistant. So like, come on, lads. Get yourself over. So we're like, oh no. So like me and Johnno went and sat there. Good day out, boys? Yeah, it was right, quite quiet. Like went for a couple of cheesy ones, nothing too mad. Oh. Do you want some sangria? I said, yeah, go on then. Gaffer goes, right, 2 jugs of sangria here, 2 over there, 2 over there. These 2 dickheads are paying. So we're like, oh, okay. So the sangria, and the gaffer finished dinner, and the gaffer goes to everyone, right, have a good night tonight. Try and be sensible. Make sure lunchtime tomorrow, like, you're all here. So he said, if not lunchtime, you're all getting fined. Yeah, all right, no worries. And then we get to go up, and he goes, whoa, where are you 2 dickheads going? 2 more sangria. These 2 are paying. Made us sit there on our own, and then have a few more jugs, a few more drinks with them. And he said, like, you boys going into town to meet the lads? We were like, yeah, of course. Right, okay, we're going to go into town, but hang on. Ordered 2 taxis. Right, Brian, you're in the front of that one. Johnno, you're in the front of that one. You pay for us, and you pay for us. We had to pay for them staff taxis into town, drop them off, and then go and meet the lads. Because then we'd been out all day. We didn't stay out as long as the rest of the lads. Went home. We made breakfast, me and Johnno, right as rain, chilling around the pool. All the rest of the lads went to lunch. We were like, we just had breakfast. We didn't turn up at lunch. Gaffer fined us both for not making lunch. We're like, yeah, but we were at breakfast. And I think that's when Johnno nicknamed him the Davy Monster from there.
You mustn't have hit it well when you came in.
Yeah. So that was like Johnno's first with the Davy Monster, and then they fell out during the season. I loved on Johnno's one when he went, oh, I was man in the match down against West Brom. But yeah, we got pumped 7-0. We didn't mention that bit. I was waiting for him to say that.
I was man of the match. We got pumped 7.
Mate, it was funny though. We went in the dressing room when all the boys put the cotton wool. Couldn't believe it. I've never seen anyone react like that to the cotton wool.
Oh yeah, he's cotton wool phobia.
Yeah. He's going mad in the dressing room. Mad.
What type of reaction? Is he angry or
proper,
scared?
No, just both. Yeah. Get the fuck away from it. Get away. Like, wouldn't come in the dressing room until you got rid of it. It's like someone's properly scared of a spider or something, or a snake. It's like that.
Cotton wool.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. So did he not play much that year then?
He started off playing, and then the gaffer kind of just changed it up. He brought in Anderson Silva from Everton on loan, who was class, and he kind of took Johnno's place. And then when Johnno wasn't playing, so I think he said it with you boys, that he kind of fell out of love of it. He started travelling. He left his house up north and just started travelling every day. And fell out of love football and thought I'd just take my last little bit if I'm not going to get a chance.
Yeah.
Did he ever get another job, Davey?
No, but like, so Johnno was where he missed this one, his final straw. And I'm glad that he brought up stuff that he said on his, because at the end of the season, so in the pre-season, the captain and you go in and negotiate the bonuses. Our bonuses was to stay in the championship. obviously, because that was for Barnsley stand championship, it's the goal. So forgot about the cup competitions. Ended up getting to the semi-final of the FA Cup. Got about 500 quid. We were like, oh, what have we done here? So I've gone in and seen the gaffer and said, look, we've earned the club a lot of money here. Surely the club's got to do something. And to be fair, they were really good and said, okay, we'll pay for Marbella for 3-4 days for everyone. You can all get away. And all the rooms got trashed. And I got the blame for some of it. But now Johnno's admitted all these things. You know that Johnno's trashed everyone's room. So I'm glad he's got me out of the shit now. So Kozzy and all that went nuts. So now Johnno's glad he's admitted it. And in that Portugal trip, fucking the cups of shit in all the other boys' dressing rooms. Oh. Now everyone knows it's Johnno, not the dressing rooms, in their rooms, yeah.
Was that been career highlight scoring the winner at Anfield?
Yeah. Obviously, it gets brought up a lot, and I think I've done a bit in one of the press things that day, and it was sent a page and one of the pullouts. It's like if I could score a last minute goal at the Cop End, it would be like dream come true, and then to go and do it. It's just mad. And like my dad's not with me now, but like I said, he's a tough Glaswegian. It was like my mum said it was the first time I've ever seen him cry. It was just like wow. So like moments like that. Just people talk about earning X amount in their careers, bits and bobs, but I say to players now, you're never ever getting that feeling back. You boys know that scoring them goals, getting that last minute winners or doing stuff like that. You never get that buzz back, that feeling.
Who else did you play in that cup run then? Or did you?
Chelsea.
So.
Not Chelsea.
Yeah. So first round we played Blackwell at home, and we got beat 1-0. No, so we 1-0 down at half time, and the first bollocking we really got for a long time. And we went out 1-2-1. Then we went down to Southend, and Jamal Campbell-Rice scored a worldie to win 1-0. And then that's when we played then Liverpool and then Chelsea, and then obviously got to Wembley and lost to Cardiff.
Someone on Twitter mentioned the Mount pub. Was that after the FA? Was that after the Liverpool?
Yeah, class. That everyone was buzzing after the Liverpool game, and coming down the road, back down the ground. Yeah, with the Mount Public Park, you come down around the bend. The traffic was just a joke. Like we weren't moving, and everyone was like, "I want to get off. I want to go back to celebrate." And I just went, "Here, lads, come on. Like we're not going to get back any sooner. Get off the bus." Got off the bus, walked into the Mount Pub. And it was like one of them where like everything just went silent, and it was just like, whoa, like the whole team was there. And they went, right, what's everyone on? I said, just beers for everyone. And they were like pulling beers and just sliding them down the bar so we went into the bar. They were like, you boys aren't paying for it. And to be fair, the whole squad stayed and had a beer and that, foreign boys and stuff like that. So, and I think
it's like the Barnsley pub, near the ground where everybody goes before and after the game.
I think it's moments like that with fans and that as well that you don't really get anymore. You can't do that anymore.
So what happened then when you left Barnsley? Because wasn't there a bit of to and fro in a couple of big clubs in for your Premier League clubs, and they put value on you?
Yeah, that was in the summer. It was crazy. I think I went away with a couple of mates, and I think I was in LA, so it was like 8 hours behind. And I woke up to loads of missed calls from my agent, loads of missed calls from different people, and apparently there was interest. There was clubs coming in. And then the chairman or the owner at the time had done an interview in the press saying, I think Michael Tonga just moved to Stoke. And it's like, if Michael Tonga's from the Stoke for X amount, Brian's worth 10 million because he scored double goals, double assists, blah, 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 all of that. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, but Michael Tonga's on at Sheffield United on X amount. I'm on peanuts at Barnsley with 1 year left. Like, all right, if you're not going to sell me, I want a new contract. And then it just dragged on throughout the summer. And Simon Davey didn't come back at the start of pre-season. He'd slipped his disc in a bad way. So the assistant was taking it. The chief exec was on holiday for the first 3 weeks of pre-season. So this all dragged on through pre-season to the start of the season. And once it got going again, I just knew that things weren't right. And clubs were still coming in. And I said, look, if I'm not going to get a new contract, other people get new deals here. I've got a championship team in a year. I've got 15 goals, 12 assists, but why am I not even getting a new deal? If people get new deals, I want double what I'm on. I'm co-captain and, all of this sort of thing. And,
so you're thinking they're taking the piss out of me here, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty much. I thought you're taking the piss. And they pulled me in the office, the gaffer, and he went, will you sign a new deal? I said, well, what's the new deal? He said, well, the owner doesn't want to offer you it until you say you'll sign or not. And I said, well, I don't know if I sign it or not until I know what it is. And it was literally went back and forth like that. And then all of a sudden, Sheffield United came in, and he pulled me in, and then my agents came up, And then we all sat in this room. They said, "Do you want to go?" And I said, "Well, you've not been offered a new contract. The squad at Sheffield United is an absolute joke. It should get promoted. I think I've done as much as I can now." I said, "Look, I've come here on a free. I've been promoted, kept you up 2 years in the trot, been top goal scorer 2 years in the trot, player of the year. But you've not given me a new deal. But why don't we say this is the time that you cash in, you make money, build the team, and I'll go and kick on." And they went absolutely nuts. The manager and the owner went mad at me. But yeah, we spent all of our summer building the team around you. All of this, and I was like, "Well, hang on. Well, why don't you give me a new deal first, and then build a team around me?" And it just got.
Who was the owner at this time, Owen?
Patrick Bryan.
Right.
And we got on great before that, and then we fell out. And then over the last few years, before he sadly passed away, which I'm really happy about, we made up again. And I went to his funeral and everything, because he was amazing for that football club. And I probably wouldn't have had the career I had if he didn't sign me and back me. So I'm really glad I made up with him. But just at that time, it just didn't make sense. And then even then, he said, "Okay, well, Sheffield United will have to pay over the odds." I think Wolves and then Bristol City came in as well. But I made up my mind I wanted to go to Sheffield United because of the squad they had and everything like that. So Sheffield United got to pay over the odds. It took a bit of time for the transfer to get figured out. But I came into training on the Thursday, came into training on the Friday, expecting to play on the Saturday. And the gaffer pulled me after training and said, "Look, you're not involved tomorrow because the deal's getting done." So I was like, "Okay, well, if the deal's done, the deal's done." And he phoned me in the evening and said, "Look, deal's not agreed." So I thought, "I'm playing." And he said, "No, look, but you got to come in." I was like, "Right, okay." So come in at 2:00. So I came in the dressing room at 2:00, say hello to lads, wished them all luck. And then I had to go sit up in the players' bar. I was in the balcony.
Yeah.
Sit up there. And Kozzy had texted me that day saying, "You get me tickets, so I got the weekend off and come to the game." So me and Kozzy sat up in this stand, and someone had leaked it on the board that I had handed in a transfer request, which I hadn't, and refused to play, which I hadn't, and I would only sign for Sheffield United, no one else. Someone leaked that onto the message board. So all the fans, obviously in the pub before the game, spread around, and I'm sat there, and all of a sudden it's like dee-da, 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 all the fans in the Ponty end. I get absolutely pelters from everyone.
You weren't fucking welcome. You weren't welcome at Mount that night, were you?
Nah. And I'm like, "Wow!" And then they start singing "Stand Up If You Hate Dee-Dars." Casey, being a belly ear, stands up next to me and starts pointing at me, clapping.
What's Dee-Dar?
Dee-Dar's the term from Barnsley for Sheffielders.
Right, okay.
Because we said "thee" and "thar," and they said "nah then," what "thee" and "dar." So that's why they're known to as Dee-Dars.
I didn't know it either at the time. I thought police were coming.
So obviously the fans have just turned straight away.
Yeah. And then so I thought, right, is it agreed after the game? No, it wasn't agreed on the Sunday. Gaffer texted me, "Stay away from training." Monday, is it agreed? No. Till like the following week for it to be agreed. So I had a week off, no training.
You just wanting it done now? Just want to get out with that?
Yeah, just wanting it done. And I'm thinking, well, I can't really train anywhere. I don't want to all of a sudden go to a new club and I'm 10 days out of training and I turn up and I look like I'm really well off it. I want to make an impression. Especially when you're walking in the door at Sheffield United and you've got Gary Speed, James Beattie, Ugo Ekiog, Darius Henderson, Matty Kilgallen, Sanji High, David Cottrell, Billy Sharp, Danny Webber.
Gotta be on it.
The Kyle Walker, Kyle Norton. But the squad was an absolute joke. There's probably too many good players in the Championship squad that he didn't know what was the best team to play. Quinny.
If Barnsley would have offered you a contract that you're happy with, would you have been happy being the Laetitia big fish in a small pond type thing?
In the summer, because I know that clubs would have still paid a fee if they wanted to sign me, I would have signed the new deal in that summer. And I said that when I was on holiday. I said, look, when I come back from holiday, if you offer me a new deal, then I know what other people are coming in on. I'm not even saying that I need to be more than that, but just come on, respect for what I've done. We just signed Hughie for £1 million, and I know he's not coming, on what he is. So look, give me what other people are getting, and it wasn't greed or anything like that. It was just, it's like, what is this, the respect thing?
Yeah. What you deserve. What's the thinking behind not showing you the numbers before?
And that's what I couldn't ever get my head around. And I was like, this is child's play. This is kid stuff. Like, look, just put your best foot forward. Say, this is the most we can offer, and then I'll say yay or nay, and then
everybody say, knows where they stand, then, don't they?
Yeah. And so if that's as far as you can go to, I've got better ambitions, or actually that's a really good contract, let's get this signed and let's get going again. And it's just bitter, really.
So
I was just saying, it just turns it into a bitter situation. It doesn't need to be, and it's taken me a lot of time now to rebuild that relationship with people at the club and the fans, and where really you think my time at the club should have been remembered in a much better way, but because for example, I said look after Conahura. Now he left and went to Aston Villa in a better light, but it's a pretty similar situation. But because I went to Sheffield United and the way it was handled,
I think you would have always had a bridge to build. The fact that it was Sheffield United.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Even if it had gone swimmingly, you'd have still had a bridge to build, because that's just how fans are. And if you'd have gone to I don't know Birmingham set. I think people would have been totally different to the fact that you went to Sheffield United.
Exactly.
Barnsley hate Sheffield Wednesday as much as they hate Sheffield United.
Wednesday's a bit more, isn't it?
I think it's pretty similar with both, really.
Is that?
Yeah.
So what about my first start for United away at Wednesday? Taking a corner after 2 minutes. It's you fucking dirty dingle piggy bastard. I'm getting double dosed here, getting absolutely fucking abused by everyone.
But as a player, were you not bothered about that rivalry?
Oh, I loved it. Oh no, not really. I think if you support the club, you are.
Yeah.
It's like I'm a Glasgow Rangers fan. I'm not sure I could play for Celtic, but at the end of the day, it's your job, it's your career.
Yeah. I suppose
if Celtic came in for you from Barnsley, I think you'd have gone. You'd have gone.
So I wouldn't have. Strachan was manager. He's already been me off once.
So were you walking in that Sheffield changing room then? Like you said, them strong characters there, and we've talked about first impressions quite a few times. Yeah.
Luckily, we had played him a few weeks before, and luckily I'd done all right. And I knew a few of the boys anyway. And I think obviously like Beach was there and actually cleaned his boots when we were younger, so knew he was there. Sharpie, I knew. Killer, I played with when we were younger.
Did he tip you well?
Yeah, he done all right, to be fair. We joked about this the other day. And where I was a local lad, local lads have to go in Christmas Eve, don't they? So there's two of us, clean all the boots. And the kit man says, oh, Beach wants to see you. So I'm like, buzzing Christmas Eve, get a Christmas tip here, happy days. And he goes, yeah, fucking hell, clean these. Chucked his boots at me. And it was fucking freezing cold. It was a cold tap outside. He's going to clean all the boots. And I was half tempted to go, do you know what? You can fucking play on dirty boots and box now. I ain't give a fuck. And I thought, I best not. And I stuck my hand in the boot and there was a few notes in there. So then I went back in, cheers, mate. Merry Christmas.
Have a good one. Have a good one. I mean, the same as you said, there were some players in that. A lot of them sort of towards the end of their careers. Obviously, Gary Speed,
Lee Hendry was a joke, but in the team. And then even loan signings were being like Nathan Dyer, Arturo Lupoli, and we signed Jamie Ward, Anthony Stokes. Stokesy was a funny one. He went away with Ireland and meant to come back, but he bought a pub in Ireland. So he thought, I'll get the early flight in the morning rather than flying back. So rather than fly that Wednesday night, I thought I'd fly back Thursday morning from Manchester straight into training. Obviously had a few too many beverages, didn't turn up for training. He come in Friday and Gaffer's gone absolutely nuts. And it was, I know Jordan Stewart was talking about Kangaroo Court. So we had Kangaroo Court with Sam Ellis and Blackie, and he absolutely hammered him and was like, get off, get back to Sunderland, I don't want to see you. So we were like, that's the end of Stokesy. Monday morning he's back. Roy Keane's gone, fuck that, you've got him, you have him back.
Kangaroo Court's brutal.
You've signed the deal, fucking, you're having him. Yeah,
mate, Kangaroo Court was brutal. It was brilliant though.
It was pointless, weren't it? Really, it was pointless. It was pointless appealing, mate. Because 99%, 9 times out of 100, he finds double.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's no point fucking even questioning it, really.
So we're at that point in the podcast where we.
Yeah,
I know what's coming now, don't I?
This is for the non-Patreon members. During Danny Webber's, we've got a jingle for every time he's mentioned. So the Blackwell jingle.
Kevin Blackwell.
Oh, Blackie. Oh dear.
Christmas card late.
Do you know what? I agree with everyone's opinion, what they've said. So I've listened to what all the boys have said, and I kind of go along with where Killer had him at Leeds and Sheffield United. It was he was really enthusiastic, and he was always on the front foot, and like I said, with his neck was hanging out and his hairy chest and giving it all. And I think sometimes you just like with that squad, just pick a team. You got good players, let them go and play. But he'd be on the touchline the whole game. Sometimes he brought me in and played me in a number 10, and we didn't play football to play number 10. So it was back to Paddy Kenny up to Hendo or Beats or whoever's playing as the 9. Right, Howie, you fucking run off him. I don't really run off people. It's not really my game. We'll find it in the pocket and get on the half turn, get us playing. And then before every game, Blackie would be like, get us on the ball, get us playing. And Maul's like, get us on the ball. Yeah, I never saw the ball. It was like I was just chasing it around. And we played Coventry away. I think we broke the record. It's probably been broke now with the team at the moment, it's on fire. But we broke the record for most away wins or most unbeaten away record. And it come to me, and I was on the half turn thing. I take a touch, and Blackie's on the sideline going, turn it. So I've turned the ball around the corner, and like no one's there. And give it away. He's like, oh, keep the ball. And I mean, he's coaching me here from the sideline, where I'm a technical player. I'm not playing my game. And I said to Gary Speed after, he's gone to the coaching then, and what a guy Speedo is like. So sadly missed. What a player and what a person. But I said Speedo, I'm not sure what the gaffer wants from me here. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, he wants me to play in the 10. He wants me to do this, and then he's telling me to do that. I'm a bit confused. And he says, oh, all right, I'll speak to him. Thursday morning, as soon as I walked in the training ground, bang, 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 Sam Ellis, gaffer wants you. Oh, okay, brilliant. So you got a problem? I was like, no, gaffer, just a bit confused of what. He says, well, look at the goals and assists you've got the last 3 years playing in number 10. Like, how can you not know what you're fucking doing? I said, gaffer, I've not played 10. I'm central midfielder. No, you're fucking not. Number 10. How can you get those goals now? Gaffer, honestly, sent him in. Sam, Sam Ellis, get the fucking scouting reports. Get his fucking scouting reports. But about 10 reports, and to be fair, whoever's written the reports I owe some money to because they're pretty decent. And he's gone, right, okay, centre mid. Ah, centre mid. Okay. All right, no problem. So you want to play centre mid? Yeah. All right, yeah, no worries. But I'll do a job. Look, we're doing well. Okay, yeah, no problem. Went to work, train well. Get out there Friday morning. Right, here's a team, 4-4-2. How are you fucked off? Billy Sharp up front with Beats. Yeah.
He fucking talked away at it too.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Nice.
Yeah, mad. Yeah, mad. So,
He's unbelievable.
but so that was what I disagreed with, and I disagreed with some of his coaching. I love my time there. But then when I had an opportunity to go, and again, that's why I like Blackie as a person, because he pulled me in and he was like, look, do I really want to lose you? No. But I've got to balance the books because we didn't get promoted. There's someone that's, you're a sellable asset, and we've got someone that wants to pay money for you. What do you reckon? And he said, look, if it was anyone else, I'd probably say no, but it's Reading, it's another big club. And I know you want to move back down south. And he said that I won't stand in your way. And I was like, see ya.
It's definitely worth saying again, though, that he actually done all right for Sheffield. He's done better than a lot of managers have done.
Yeah.
Getting them there to the playoffs and stuff.
Yeah. But, no, he did do. But the squad we had, mate, it was joking.
That's another thing, though, the squad.
Yeah.
It's like saying he's done really well to get to the playoffs, but with the team and the money that they were paying, they've got to go up, haven't they?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And to be fair, it's not his fault because we were shite against Birmingham in the final. We didn't turn up.
Yeah. Brendan Rodgers at Reading.
Brendan Rodgers, yeah. Brendan, the best coach I played for. Brilliant. Yeah. Absolute class, yeah. Class person, class coach. So again, phoned me up. He was like, "Want you to come play as an 8 or a 10, but play as a 10 properly. We're going to play this formation, do this, play out from the back, like all his teams do now." So look, it might take a bit of time, but this is what we're going to do and play. Went in and absolutely loved it. But what was killing us that Longy was injured at the time, so we didn't really have a 9. They brought in Gregor's Wasiak. And Gregor was good to hit on the diags and play, but he wasn't dynamic to play the way we wanted to play down the sides and get it in between the lines. So we were battering teams, absolutely popping teams off the park, but just couldn't score. And then we'd lose 1-0, and then we weren't picking up the results we should. And I broke my jaw. We played away at Cardiff, and you'll like this one. So Gaffer says, "Oh, can you just do us a job?" I was always edge of the box or stay up, never ever back defending corners. He said, "Can you just do a job at the near post?" Oh yeah, Gaffer, yeah, of course, no problem. Right, when it goes over your head, just get back on the post. So on the post, goes over my head, I've turned around, next thing, I'm on the deck. Sean Barker's come in and elbowed me, cracked my jaw in half in 2 places. I'm on the deck. But Rammy the Ram, the mascot, is behind the goal, thinks I'm faking it, comes down and starts giving me a 3 count like fucking wrestling. Yeah. Like our subs are warming up down the goal. Ben Amer, the goal sub goalie, comes over, rugby tackles him, gives him a big. I'm fucking all over the show. Like, don't know what day it is. He thought I'm faking it. He's giving me a 3 count like fucking WWF, WWE. And the club reported him and that, and he had to write me a letter and apologise and that. But I thought it was quite
you got an apology from Rami.
Yeah, Rami, and then they were like, "Do you want him sacked?" I was like, "No, I think that's good banter."
Yeah, once you've had your jaw wired.
Yeah, I am laughing, but you just can't tell because the jaw's but we had a great team, and then when I'd done my jaw, the team didn't do so well, so I was out for a couple of months, and Brendan lost his job. So then by the time I got back, Brian McDermott was in charge.
Did he change it in terms of playing style?
Yeah. It went back because it went back to no messing around. That we had Jimmy Kebe and Joe McAnuff wide. Long he got fit, so he played them up top. So you got 3 of the quickest players in the league. He was like, "Why are we pissing around, passing it around the back? Get it forward to them, and then we're playing the final third." And it took me a bit of time to get back into the team. And me and Bride had a similar relationship to what me and Simon Davey had. I don't know what it was. And like, we've met since we've all left, and we were at Noel Hunt's wedding and we had a beer together and cleared the air. And I see Bright games now because he's a scout. And we got on really well. But it was just, I ended up being captain in the season and then he dropped me. And it was a similar one where it was like, I'll go 4-4-2 and playing a certain way. And we were on a great run. And who was it we played? It was come to the April time, you know, like you play back-to-back games. So we had
Saturday, Monday, yeah. So we had Forest away Saturday, Scunny away on the Monday. And the week before, I got back-to-back man of the matches at home, playing in the 10. And then he pulled me before the Forest game and said, "I think we need 2 up front for this game, so I'm going to leave you out." I was like, "Okay." We're 3-1 down. We end up coming back and winning 4-3. I didn't come on, but still celebrate with the lads because part of it still. Bit gutted I didn't play, but we were going for promotion. And it was a great bunch, so I wanted to be part of it. Trained really well. We stayed up for a few days, so we trained really well up there. Then he pulled me after training. And he said, I've trained really well. He's going to say, "Look, you're going back into the 10 away at Scunny. We're going to do this, we're going to do that." And he says, I'm leaving you out tomorrow. I said, "What, again?" He said, "No, of the squad." I said, "What? It's got back-to-back man of the matches. What's going on?" He said, "Oh, it's a shit pitch. It's not really for you. It's a tight pitch. And I've got Michael Antonio. He's got a long throw, so I'm going to stick him on the bench instead." And my head just went. I picked the ball up and I volleyed it. And it was one of those where I shanked it and it whistled past his ear. And I was like, fuck. And I was almost embarrassed at it. Like, nearly volleyed it off his head. So I just turned around and walked. And I was getting the train home. I was going home. And it was going back to what I said earlier. I always wanted to play. I wouldn't care. There was other players that were happy to be a squad player and earn good money, get promoted, and down with money and bonuses. If I wasn't playing, I'm not happy. I don't care about the rest of it. Yeah.
Like, lucky Nigel Gibbs, the assistant, great though. We stayed in a lovely hotel at the Putnam Green. He's like, "Look, come on, let's go out there, kick some balls and whatnot," and talk me round. And then after that, Brian left me out for a bit. I then got back in, and again it was like, when we play 4-3-3, you're playing, but when we play 4-4-2, you're not. And then we're coming into the playoffs, and it looked like we were going to play Swansea in the playoffs all the way through. And he was like, "Brian, be ready. We're going to play 3 at Swansea. If we play 4-4-2, we'll get nowhere near the ball." And it's the last day of the season, the results changed. Cardiff sneaked in to play Cardiff. And he was like, "Look, we're going to have 4-4-2 against Cardiff." You're on the bench, came on in both games. We win, absolutely buzzing. Swansea in the final, got to play. Can't play for 4-4-2 at Wembley against Swansea. Didn't start, and we were 3-0 down at half time. And it was like, there you go. And then
playing 4-4-2.
Yeah. So it was a game that Griff was on. It was a game that Griff was on about, and it was like, to be fair, we came back second half, and Jem hit the post. If that goes in, I think we go on and win. And then Griff gives away another pen.
Fucking hell, Griff.
These managers, you just see it as a luxury then, because obviously you played at Barnsley with Phil, and I'm guessing You did Matt Fields running for him because he wasn't the most mobile.
Exactly. Yeah,
that must have been frustrating for you.
And even so, like obviously in that Blackwell team, after every game, the next day you go in, the stats were on the wall. There's no hiding for it of your running. And it was me and Stephen Quinn were the top of the running every game, and I'm playing number 10, which was probably the problem because I was doing too much running. By the time I got the ball, I was knackered.
So I bet you've taken a lot of that experience into your agents, being an agent now, because would you have done those moves differently, looking at the style of play and the type of manager over
100%. Yeah, 100%. Especially for younger players, you go, well, why go there for an extra whatever when you can go there and play every week and then you'll be better than that. If you take that deal now, that's not going to go right. In a year's time, you'll be lower than where you are now.
Yeah, exactly. Long term, it won't work out for the best.
But looking at the style of play as well, as not just getting games,
style of play, because, funny enough, I've been with a player this week and he's a young player at Southampton who, again, he's a small attacking midfielder, number 10. He needs to go on loan and get his career kick-started. Got 4 or 5 clubs that want to take him. 2 clubs probably pointless going to because, again, you might not see the ball. The other 3, but then you go, I had to speak to Saints because the 2 that want to take him where he might not see the ball are going to pay more towards his wages. You go, well, actually, do you want to have someone have a career, or is it a matter about money? And especially now with the COVID and everyone struggling, you've got to fight the battle now to balance everything off.
He always looked like a nerd to me, Brian McDermott.
I used to go in, like stat based now, but I used to get all the stats from obviously the analysts at the club, and the stats of when I started and when I played, the goals and assists and everything like that were a joke. I used to go into his office, stick it in front of him, and say, "Gaffer, come on, man, this must be something personal. Just look at my stats, everything like that." And he'd like look at you nervously over his glasses, and it was quite uncomfortable. And you'd walk past, when you walk past him in the corridor, he met me like the manager of the football club, be a bit nervous. But what Brian did, he did a great job. He got a team that was actually struggling to within 2 years to a playoff final and then promoted. So you can argue, just because it was personal against me that I didn't play. Yeah, it was that. But again, he inherited a really, really good squad, and he just tweaked a few bits.
Yeah. It's amazing how many managers hate confrontation. We've spoke about it. Have you ever had it where the manager you get the call, the manager wants to see you, and you walk in, he's got his assistant on one chair, his keeper coach in the corner. There's no strength in numbers.
Yeah, you're looking around like, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
What was Blackwell like on that front? If you went to see him?
He was all right, to be fair. That side of him was all right. Because, like I said, the way he was as a character, confident, and he was like, come see me about anything. If I don't agree with it, then whatever.
You don't mind?
It was quite good things. It was quite good things. Like we went to Malta on like a national break because we were sponsored by Visit Malta. And he was like, look, we'll do one training session, boys, just for the press. Other than that, look, enjoy yourself. And one rule is don't get caught. And it was like we had a Maltese goalkeeper, and he used to see the girls presenter of Maltese MTV, and it was MTV Are the Rocks was on at the time. So we went to that, and then we got invited to the after party. And the gaffer was like, I don't want anyone going to the after party, everyone in at 12. But always, if you go, just don't get caught. And to be fair, loads of lads were like, we're going, come on, we've got to go. And then some of the lads were like, well, come on, let's be professional. And it's why Morgs was brilliant. He was like, right, we're voting. We're all going or not. He said, I'm going to vote and say no. But if you don't vote me, I'm coming with you. And to be fair, I couldn't believe it. We got voted not to go.
Piss poor. Fucking crap.
No, that's for me where the game's gone. Too many young lads in there. Your Kyle Nortons, your Kyle Walkers, what chance have they got?
I can't imagine Morg's been very comfortable at a fucking after party. He ain't got a pint of Tetlers in his hand. Can you imagine him with a fucking gin and tonic and something?
100% with a pair of Crocs on. Crocs and socks.
No, next.
No, the old what's the ones with the crossover, the Velcro crossover sandals and cargo shorts and a fucking polo.
Both from Next.
Yeah. Bulk sale.
So what happened at Reading?
So we didn't start the season well. So again, I was knocking the door, man. I made sure I come back pre-season, probably the fittest I've been. And Gaffer was like, look, Bri, I'm not sure if we're going to play this year. The other clubs were like, look, you're on too much money to take at the moment. And I was like, Gaffer, look, my head's in it. I want to play. I should be playing in this team. So he was like, okay, well, look. I thought, I'm going to work my way in this team. I don't care. I know I'm the best midfielder here. I'm going to play. And it's got to a point where whatever I did, I wasn't going to play. But then the team started to not do so well. And it changed it. I was then like first sub coming on from midfield. And he pulled me in and we got beat by Coventry. And he said, oh, Millwall want to take you on loan. You can go straight in their team tomorrow night against Watford, or you're on the bench for me against Bristol City, and you'll be first sub if we're not doing well. And I was just like, no, I'm gone. I want to go. I'm going to Millwall. I want to start tomorrow night. Went and started for Millwall the next night, and then first injury, Jem Karachan comes on. He stays in midfield. They don't win the league.
Yeah,
and comes on instead of me.
It's just little things in it that you don't. At the time, you don't think, and you look back and you think, "Fucking."
But actually, I went to Millwall. Yeah, I mean, and we were flying. We actually went above Reading in the league. We were flying, and the lads were pulling me. Like Hendo was there, James Henry, who I was at Reading with, and he was like, "Have you got a callback, by the way? Because geez, Reading are struggling. Surely you go back to their team." But it was just a fresh start for me. I can't play and experience. Like I said, because I kept myself in good condition. And then it got to January, and every week Kenny Jackett was like, "Right, want to sign you. Too much money, you take a cut." And I was like, "Well, I'm not going to be on a free. I'm playing well. Come to a deal." And then Reading wouldn't let him cover so much of the wages or something, and it didn't quite happen. And then my dad fell ill, and I was like, "Oh, I just want to go back to Reading for now, and like so I can go home and see my dad at the time." But I would go into Reading every day and train like a madman. And we had Benny Aphobia come on loan, and he said, "Oh, right, you've been injured? No. Suspended?" I said, "No." Well, why are you not playing? Like Messi in training. And my head had gone that much. I was like, Brian, like the gaffer. Yeah. Brian said, "Oh, you can call me Brian, you can call me Gaffer, like whatever feels comfortable." Brian, Benny wants to know what I'm playing. Says I'm like Messi. I ain't got a fucking clue either.
How did he take it?
Just looked through his glasses at me, and then that was it. Done.
Nervous.
But then going all the way then when I left in the summer, well, they won the league, and to be fair, Bri phoned me and he went, "You've been part of this team. I think I played enough games. I've got a decent bonus and medal, and he said, I'd love you to be there. You've been part of this journey for everyone. I really want you to be there to like lift the trophy on the bus and come to Marbella with us." And I said, "Bri, I really appreciate that, but I've not played my part." I think Griff said it to me. He was like, he's in the same team, he had the same problem. And he was like, "Don't feel part of it." And luckily, I didn't go, because when they were in Marbella was when my dad passed away, and I wanted to stay at home. So yeah, we were good. And then a year later, it was Noel Hunt's wedding, and we had a few drinks. Come on, let's have a chat. I didn't realise that he had the ump on me still, because I didn't apologise about nearly kicking the ball at his head, and he held it for all that time. And he told everyone that because I was training and I played that well at Millwall and trained that well, when I come back, he actually wanted to play me, but because he didn't think I was in the right headspace because my dad was ill to actually play me. And I was like, well, why didn't you say that at the time? Yeah, exactly. And we talk about different things. And again, I look back now, and there's loads of things. There's a common thing here that I keep falling out with people when I don't. So I was just so headstrong on what I wanted to do. I knew if I trained well and play well, I'd play. But I never could get my head around the other side of it. So I take that into the agency now for players.
I only shanked it, Brian. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to fucking kick it in your head.
If I caught it perfect, the glasses would have been off. Again, I regret that. And Brian is a good fella, and he done great with that team. It just didn't work out for me. But I still talk to so many of those lads as well, like great bunch of lads.
How on earth did you end up in Bulgaria?
So
talking of journeys.
Yeah. So at the time, I don't know if you boys have come across Feathers, James Featherston, agent.
No.
Yeah, Feathers was agent at the time, and he called me up and he said, "Right, Bri, someone I know is an investor. He's buying a percentage of CSKA Sofia." He said it's the biggest club in Bulgaria. They want to build it up. It's like historic. It's this, that, and the other. You got a chance to go and play in Europe. Obviously, you get paid X amount plus you have a car. Blah, blah, blah. You're probably not going to get a deal like that in England now. And I was like, no. He goes, look, you're a bit older now. Your style of play is slower. It's technical. It's really going to suit you. It's a lovely way of life. I was like, do you know what? I quite fancy that. Let's go and have a look. So I went up to London, met the investor, met the Bulgarian owner, chatted to them. They sold the club to me, flew over to Bulgaria, had a little look at it. I was like, Sofia, it's a nice city. It's all right. Yeah, if I get all what's promised, this is decent here. And he was like, we're signing Mama Sidibe. You at Stoke with Mama?
Yeah, big Mama, yeah.
Yeah, so like you and Mama are coming in as like the marquee players. And we're signing Martin Petrol's coming back. So we've got like Martin, he came back. And then they had some couple of Brazilian players that were really like, good players that the coach had before in Portugal. And then some young Bulgarians and the old Bulgarian national team captain. So it was like a good team. The sessions were good, training was good. We were winning nearly every week. And it was Ludogorets who have been in Champions League recently. They were top because they're owned by the Bank of Bulgaria. So they just pay whatever to whoever, get all the best Brazilians, all the best foreigners. And then we were the second team. And when we were playing, we'd play Lokomotiv Sofia. And it's like derby game. They come in and go, double bonus today, like €1,000 a man. Like you win today. So we beat them. Next game was Slavia Sofia. Right, double bonus now from last week because it's another derby. Hey, beat them 3-0. No issues. We're like, oh, this is all right here. We come in there, and then like following it, it's like Levski Sofia, eternal derby. Play at the National Stadium because it's the only stadium big enough to play it for the security and everything. You win today, triple bonus. And they're like, oh, went and smashed them 3-0. He came in the dressing room after, like, hey, like money for everyone. Like,
just everyone cash.
Yeah, and we used to stay in a hotel, whether you're home or away, every Friday night. And it used to be, right, after dinner, lads, come to room whatever, and you'll all be like in a queue down the corridor of a hotel, walking in. Well done, congratulations. There's your, I think there's your spending money. There's your spending money. On the counter. Yeah, and then it got to the point where I didn't get my wages. I was like, I'm not being paid salary. So then he'd come into the hotel on the Friday night, the owner, and go, right, lads, I know I said the salary today, but Monday, so play well tomorrow, and you'll get your salaries Monday. So they're like, okay, brilliant, cool, no problem. Play well, we'd win, and then Monday would come into the training ground. Hi, sorry, no salary today. Friday, get it Friday. Okay, in the hotel Friday night afternoon. Come bonuses. So give you your bonuses. And sorry, no salary Monday. And like, hang on a minute. So I spoke to the agent at the time, and I said, look, mate, what's going on? And he said, well, they said you're earning good bonuses, so your salary will come. Wait, I said, mate, can I have the bonuses back? I want my money. Yeah. And then I think like the end of it was like in my apartment, it was like bang, bang, bang on the door, and the geezer that owned my apartment told me to cut the big headies. And I'm like, where's the rent? I was like, oh, well, I don't pay the rent, mate. He said, yeah, you pay the rent. So now the club, it's like the club pays. He said, no, pay it. I got on the phone with the club, and got geezer from the club come round, paid it. And I said, see, sorry. And then the next month again, I was like, we paid, and I said, look, I'll get the club to pay it, mate. And then by that time, I kind of fell out with people out there. And I was like, I'm not having this. And I flew back home, and they said, unless you come back to Bulgaria, it's a fine. I said, what fine? He said, 2 weeks wages. So 2 weeks wage, 2 weeks of nothing. It's nothing. Don't worry about it, mate. When the money hits my account, I'll come back. So I got paid a bit, went back, and then this was just continuous. And
you can find me 2 weeks wages of fuck all, no bother.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're not getting paid.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm not come out here to do nothing. No, I could have a contract back in England now and get paid. And it was coming up to December, and lucky you have the winter break and you finish early. And I had I could have gone late in Orient, who were top of the League One at the time, and then I had a sniff of Birmingham, and I had a little niggle on the hammy, and it was the cup semi-final. We played Levski at the National Stadium. I said to the gaffer, sorry mate, hamstring, I'm no good. I'm going to sit in the stand. And Mama had been getting loads of abuse, and he left Mama on the bench, and it went to penalties. Like it went down to the sudden death penalty of Mama. And I was like, I said to the guy I sat with, I said, he's missing this.
He's not a penalty taker, Mama, is he? He's not a penalty taker.
Nah, missed it, right? And then we went down into the dressing rooms after the game, and the owners and all that come in, shouting in Bulgarian at Mama, and then said something like that was racist. Mama sat there, you know, he's like with his shirt off, sat next to Jackson Mendy, Omar Sissoko, Rissam Boli, who's the Algerian national team goalkeeper. Wow, they've all stood up, and the Bulgarian stuff, and it was just like mad in the dressing room. They're blaming him, saying that lost all money for this game, but absolutely went mad. And we got the bus back to our stadium. About 1,000 fans there, so the fan park was outside the stadium. rocking the bus. Sidabe. But all the Bulgarians, the coaches that got off the bus, there was like me, the Italian fitness coach, 2 of the Portuguese boys, and then the French African boys still on the bus. I had to get off, and then they're trying to throw punches, like basic stuff. Then police had to come. Me and Mum like lived in the same apartment block. Like jumps in the cab. I said, Mum, I'm packing my bags. Going. Me and him flew home the same flight to London the next day. I was like, I ain't going back. And so I'd done a deal and said, look, you owe me X amount. Give me this and cancel my contract. So because they were threatening to not pay me, I had to go to FIFA to claim my money, and then they'd hold my license until it was settled. So they could hold it 3 months. I wouldn't be able to sign for anyone. Yeah. And I said, look, I just want my registration. I agreed to take that much. I don't even care about it anymore, because I had a deal lined up to go to Birmingham and got it done. And then even the agreement, when they agreed to pay me February, March, April, what they owed me, that never came. And Julia Shelton was the secretary at Birmingham at the time, and she was class, and she went via FIFA and hammered them, and eventually got what I was owed.
See, I don't know how they've got the fucking barefaced cheek, these foreign owners.
Mate.
To just think it's all right not to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday, Friday. You think you sat at home thinking, I tell you, fuck them. I'm not paying. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm still in shock.
Honestly,
I'm still in shock at the City crack.
Yeah.
Did he go back? I'm assuming he didn't go back.
Nah. But his mama was done. He was like, he'd done it. He'd made his money. He was 35 at the time. Whatever. He was like, I'm holding on because of that. I'm getting every penny off him. I'm going to FIFA and taking every penny. And a couple of boys done that, and then the club went bankrupt and screwed me. So I think I've done all right out of it in the end.
Did Mama start swinging punches at all? Or?
No, he didn't really. I think it was shocked, really. Yeah.
I've seen him
in the dressing room he did. And I think if like a couple of people didn't split up, I think luckily Martin Petrov was there at the time, so he obviously spoke English, respected by me and Mama, and then the Bulgarians, and he diffused the situation.
Like him playing the pipes of peace.
Yeah, but like it's a lovely city, Sofia, and that, like if we got paid all right and everything was done a bit better, it'd have been class.
Yeah, I can only imagine like for him as well. You know, like we saw the England with Sterling.
Yeah, so that's the National Stadium.
That's the
stadium I'm on about.
Penalty. It must have been, the fans when you got back.
Yeah, that was the exact stadium that we played at. I'm on about.
Right.
And it was that corner where they had the masks and throwing the fireworks at you, and it was carnage.
It's not good enough, is it?
Yeah, Parky, you would have not liked it out there. I'm telling you, not only not being paid. So CSKA is like the old army club, and so you used to go in Monday morning, not see a football. It was like 1 minute runs, 2 minute runs, 3, 4, all the way out to that 10, just boxed line to line, and then halfway line for like 45 minutes. Done, home, rest in the afternoon, back training in the evening with the balls. Tuesday morning, come in, sprints with like weight vests, pulling the weights, pushing it like doggies. No football scene. Tuesday night back with the balls. Then Wednesday night balls, Thursday night balls, Friday night, and then play Saturday.
Fucking hell!
You know what I mean, John?
Yeah.
No,
it was 70p a pint though.
There's no. It's what?
Right.
It was 70p a pint though.
Oh well, you finish your first session, just crack on in the afternoon, don't you, and just go back pissed at night.
So this is the bad thing as well. We stopped on one of the first away games, and we stopped in a restaurant that a fan owned, and it's a massive club. It's almost like Man United out there. Everywhere you go, CSKA Sofia, Shishka. Like you absolutely loved everywhere. If you go into a restaurant, everyone looks after you. So we get in there and everyone says, "Oh, we order food," and the food and that was all really nice. What do you want to drink? And obviously, like Mama and the French African boys, they're all Muslims, so they don't drink. So they've ordered, all the Bulgarian boys ordered a beer or wine, and they ordered Coke, Fanta, whatever. And then I was like, I'm not really like sure I'm gonna have a Fanta with the boys I'm sat with. Gaffer comes over, goes fucking nuts, and his son was assistant coach, and he translated. He spoke English. And he said, the manager says, Coke, Fanta, Sprite, no good for you. Too much fat, too much sugar. You have beer, wine, or water, nothing else. So actually, Parky, you might have been all right.
I'll have a beer and a water, mate, please.
It was mad. And you get on the bus on the way back, and you're allowed like 3 beers or and you get on a away trip, and someone's trip for far. And boys were stopping at services and coming on with plastic cups with a bottle of red, and they're allowed to have that and that, but like no fizzy drinks.
No pop. Did you find the fans intimidating? Over here?
The away fans and that. Oh, you always want the away fans to be against you, don't you? So you always enjoyed that. And it was only that one time then when our own fans turned against us, and obviously the racist stuff and all that. It was just one of the worst things I've experienced in football. It was horrendous. Yeah, it was horrendous.
I mean, everybody's had problems. I mean, obviously, Kev Campbell spoke about it. Not the. I mean, the crack over there. Liam Lawrence had the incident where they had to fucking park the bus up and hide. And obviously, I always had the incident with that in Bulgaria.
Yeah, it's nuts over there, mate.
It just seems like it's just normal, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think they've been rebought out now, CSKA, and they've gone back to the top league. I think a few boys from England went out there this summer. I think Graham Carey from Plymouth went out there. Viv Solomon-Ottomore from Birmingham went out there. So there's a few more out there now. I don't know what it's like now. Like for different owners and stuff like that.
You like to think you were getting paid every month, won't you? You know what I mean? That's the minimum, really.
Yeah.
How'd you get on with Clarkey, Birmingham?
Yeah, Clarkey, what a character. Again, I think Clarkey at that time was frustrated because it was at the time when the owner went to prison, the money got cut, and he could only do so much. I think he was just becoming increasingly frustrated, and I think he was a frustrated coach at that time because he was such a good player. He would get frustrated with people, and
I found him like Huddersfield, mate. I found he half frightened players into not playing well.
Yeah,
there was the fear of not playing well because you knew you were going to get a fucking off him.
Yeah, exactly. I remember the first game we played Yeovil at home, and Wade Elliott's a good mate of mine, and he was there. And I said, "Oh, are you going back to Southampton after this, Wade? If you have a couple of days off, I'll go back and sort some stuff out." He went, "Oh, mate, trust me, if we don't get results there, you ain't getting tomorrow off." I was like, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, no." I thought, "It's Yeovil at home, we'll get a result." And we battered Yeovil, and then Hayden Mullins, again, real good player, played in a few good clubs, made one mistake and got beat by Yeovil at home. 60 minutes, the board went up and Big Zigic come off. And it got a bit of a groan from the fans and that. And he, after the game, Clarkey's just gone fucking nuts at everyone. He's fucking thrown this plate of fruit against the Lucas Aid fridge and it's smashed. And he's fucking, right, you this, you that, fucking abusing everyone. Right, everyone in tomorrow, training ground, video, 10 a.m. Like, okay, cool. We all getting at 10 a.m. And then assistant that come down and said, right, wait a little bit. Gaffer's just up there with Ziggy. And I took an injury, so I'm in the treatment room downstairs, and the gaffer's office right above. I think it was me, Carl Bartley, who else in there? Matt Green, someone else all in the treatment room. And we just said bang, 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 bang. All this fucking banging around. Fucking Clarkey and Ziggy having a fucking roll around in his office upstairs. So Ziggy come down, get in his car, drive off. We're like, oh. And the gaffer's like, everyone upstairs, get in the video room. And he goes, right, I was going to show you this fucking shower shit, but I'm not fucking having that. Cunt, 6'7", he jumps 3 foot nothing. I play with the best striker that this country's ever seen, and he's earning fucking more money than he's ever fucking earned. I'm not having it. And you lot, get yourself fucking home and get ready for tomorrow. And that was it. And we didn't see Ziggy again for a long time. And then he got made come in the afternoon when we went home and trained with the kids. And then I saw Ziggy a couple of times, and a few of the boys did, because if we were having treatment or staying in the afternoon, he'd come in, "You all right, Ziggy? Easy money, big man. Easy money."
They were on about 60 bags, weren't they?
Hey, they got relegated and his money went up. From 60 to 70 for getting relegated.
I wonder how that fight went.
Yeah, I don't know. It would have been.
I can imagine Clark. I imagine Lee Clark would be one of them who just never stop. Like you just have to keep hitting him and hitting him and hitting him and keep getting up. And just leave it now, Lee. Leave it. No, bang. Yeah. You have to put him down again. No units, it's and all, weren't it?
Be like here gains value. Remember that young'un from Bulgaria or something? He was about 6'10".
That young'un?
I don't know how old he was, but there was a height difference.
He was all right, that big thing. He just wanted to stay one more year, so his kids got citizenship to go to school. So that's why he hung it out for.
Oh, so with the football bit, it was just the...
It was the easy money and the passport.
Yeah. It's what his kids to get a passport, and 70 grand a week helps a little bit.
Cool with that, yeah. Cool with that.
Yeah, but then it was the great escape when Caddy scoring like the header in the last minute to stay up.
Sent us down.
Yeah. Oh, was it? See, I wasn't involved that day, so I busted my toes on the day we got back in. I was playing with an injection with broken toes, just because I'd come back and I was on a short-term contract. I was just desperate to play. Taking an injection, broken toes like an idiot, playing like a twat. And then I was like, I just need to get these toes rested. So I rested for a bit, got back in, and Gaffer's going, look, there's a game at Solihull. Can you just get a few minutes in? Me, Pete Lovencrans, someone else played, like 3 first-team boys played to get minutes in. He said, look, you've got a chance of being involved at the weekend. And then there was a few injuries. So the young lads went off injured. We had to stay on. And they went to extra time. The games went to extra time. Away at Solihull on this shit pitch. We'd like kicking the ball. Solihull were absolutely knackered by then. I've taken a touch on the byline extra time. And this kid's just whacked me. Ankle's just gone. And that was me. Season done. Yeah, no more.
There's nothing worse than the old. Just to give me 60. Just give me 60 in the reserve. You're looking over at 60. It's Gaffer said another 10. So you might as well stay on there.
How old were you then?
32.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you thinking then when you've done your ankle, then
season done? Where do I go from here? Yeah. Where do I go from here? Only because I've now got this tag, this genuine tag, from 6 months at Portsmouth, 6 months at Bristol City, 6 months at Sofia, 6 months at Birmingham. More clubs in 2 years than I've had in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, then trying to explain that, like my agent's got an impossible job to go, look, he's fit, he's still hungry, he's this. And,
not a bad egg.
Yeah, and he's not injury prone, even though I was picking up these knocks. But they're never I was never quick enough to do my hammy. I was never pulling a thigh. It was all broken toes or injuries like that, or ankle ligaments.
Contact things where you can't really help it.
Yeah.
What triggered your early interest in being an agent?
I was always intrigued. Probably since from the Barnsley situation, I went to Sheffield United because my agents came up from London. I picked him up from the train station. I dropped him in the office with the owner, the directors, and the gaffer to get it sorted out. Halfway down the road, near the Mount, and got the phone call. They want you in the meeting too. Okay, whipped the car around, went in the office. I was sat at the end, so like the agents are here, all the board members and the gaffer around there. I didn't even talk to my agents, I just spoke to me, and I was like, actually, I want to get involved in this. And then I always wanted to be involved in every transfer I've done. I just wanted to learn. And then when I went to Portsmouth, when they were trying to do us out 2 weeks' wages, because we said we agreed to sign from the 1st, but we couldn't sign to the 14th. So I said to everyone, no, nobody sign your contract. We'll sit in this room because they owe us. And one player went and signed the deal because he wasn't getting a better deal with that anywhere else, and it killed everyone else. But then I sat in there, so I'm done, not until I get my deal done. And a few others got better deals as well. And I remember a couple of boys going, I went, fucking hell, you should be an agent. Like, I'd sign with you. And I was like, actually, yeah. Because you always go, right, what am I going to do? Media, I'm going to do this, and, doing what you guys are doing, coaching, never really fancied that.
Do you see it, because we spoke to Danny Webber about it, do you see it more as a mentor role as well?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you've lived through it all, so just from chatting to you boys for the last couple of hours, the ups and downs, the good times, the bad times, what you should and shouldn't do, you've already lived that, so you can give that experience to say, actually, don't do that, or do this. So yeah, 100% that, and it's not just all about. I think it's changing now because obviously, like Webbs, myself, there's loads of other players now in this industry. You're doing it from a player's point of view, and since what I said, that you work hard and concentrate on football, you get paid. Similar to agents, you look after your player, right? You earn money. It's not the old thing of Matty Piper's man turn up in snakeskin shoes at the airport, taking money and pissing off.
Yeah,
I could do a few of them ones. Get the old phone through, get the airport.
But I suppose this
pick up a bag of cash.
I suppose now is a new generation of agent, because I can't imagine before there was many players that went into agency, say 10, 15 years ago.
No, not many at all. And I think now it's more. I think agencies then got wise to it and go, actually, let's employ an ex-player to speak to players and their families, and then come on board with us.
You've already got that level of respect, haven't you?
From a player's point of view, you just want honesty, and they've got your best interests at heart. And I said that last week. I don't think a lot of agents have.
No, I completely agree, man. At the moment, it's the toughest time. It's been like sometimes I've got to be honest, sleepless nights at the moment because I've got to tell my players at the moment, educate my players. Market's tough. You might have to take a pay cut. I've got players saying, "Oh, I can only take this and this." Mate, you might not get nowhere near that. Get yourself in a job, get some work because there's going to be a lot out of work now. And I've been brutally honest with one today and said, "Look, mate, you have to take this deal." And he keeps any news. Mate, I've told you what the news is. Like, you take it or leave it. Like, I'm making so many phone calls every day, and I spoke to another agent. It's just like Groundhog Day because clubs aren't making decisions. Clubs are worrying about when bums come back on seats. They don't want to commit to long-term contracts if then COVID hits again. It's a difficult time.
I mean, you might just have to just take a hit for a year in it and see where it.
Yeah.
If you have a good year, you're going to same as you said. If you have a good year, you're going to get your money again.
Do you think a lot more players will be signing short-term deals at the minute just to ride out the storm?
Yeah. No, I spoke to someone the other day and I said, "Back yourself. You're saying, oh, you deserve this and this. Okay, I'll sign 1 year and back yourself. That hopefully in a year's time, football's back at some sort of capacity where you get a deal that you deserve. And if you're a striker, go and get 10 goals or 15 goals. If you're a midfielder, go and get 8 goals and 10 assists. If you're a defender, get so many clean sheets. If you're a fullback now, get your clean sheets and assists. Go and back yourself and add those targets and really push yourself.
And you will get your rewards eventually.
Yeah, it'll come back.
Are you a tough negotiator? Are we Wall Street stuff?
I think an honest one. I think an honest negotiator. Try and get what I think players deserve.
Yeah.
Because if you're a striker at a club who's going to score 10 goals, you know that you're not going to get as much money as a striker who's going to get 25. It's just fucking common sense, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. Exactly. If you're a centre half and they've someone signed a striker, go, "Hey, they've signed a striker. He's on next month." Yeah, he's a striker. He's going to get that. Unfortunately, you're a centre half. You're not getting the same thing. It's the way of the world. It's the business.
I don't really want to mention his name, but he ended up coming to Donny from Coventry, and he was the club captain. And I think they offered him.
You might as well mention his name. He just fucking told his career path. He moved from Coventry to Donny. It's not going to take fucking Poirot.
He was on big money, good money, but he wanted more. He wanted probably a little bit too much than what he was worth, and I think it was his agent was pushing it. In the end, they've pulled the plug and ended up signing for Donny on £1,500 a week.
Wow.
So that little bit of, I don't know if it was his agent or if it was him himself pushing it. He's wanted that extra little bit, and it's ended up costing him a fortune.
Yeah, that's the difference as well, because you can go so far and piss them off and go, actually, we're taking that away, and then you're starting from scratch again, and everyone else might be sorted by that point.
Mate, thank you very much for coming on, pal.
Good luck with it all, mate. Good luck.
And you boys.
Hope you get some lads sorted out and get it all back up and running.
Yeah, we all want it back, don't we? We all miss it, so hopefully it gets back soon. But cheers for having us, guys.
No, top man,
keep doing what you're doing.
Top man, mate. You take care, pal.
Bye.